All right, so we're back, and no, again, I'm not gonna be playing MW2. I'm gonna be talking about it, and also here's some clips from yesterday.
Flashes and stuns.
Famous combo.
I mean, flashes and smokes.
Again, still a famous.
Which is, in my opinion, even worse.
I would agree. Jesus Christ.
God damn, Gannon, what was that?
I don't even know. It's like a 5 on twice. It was a 10 multi. Okay, there we go. Now I have some gameplay in the video, so I'm satisfied. I've made a tiny bit of progress on Orion since my last video. I don't want to talk about it. But basically for this video, I just wanted to talk about the new Resurgence map coming out because I didn't expect it to come out this soon. I talked about it like 2 months ago or something around there, and I had said that I don't think they should come out with a Resurgence map until they get Warzone 2 kind of under control and get it more polished, but it sounds like they're gonna do that when they release this map, if that makes sense. Like, they're gonna fix some of the bugs, they're gonna change some stuff, like revert it back to the way that it was in Warzone 1. So I'm fine with that. Also, yeah, I know, I got 87,000 tabs open, okay? I get distracted very easily when I go on YouTube. I will eventually watch all of them, I promise. Some of them are just videos that I'm going back to rewatch. But yeah, here's the map. So I saw a leaked image of this like a month ago, and my initial thought was this kind of gives off the same vibe as Fortune's Keep, and surprisingly enough, the same people that made Fortune's Keep actually made this map, like the same company. I didn't immediately think, oh wow, the same people made it, but it just kind of gave off that vibe. It definitely doesn't remind me of something like Rebirth, because Rebirth was so small, and Rebirth is something that we just have to accept is gone. I do want to point something out before I go any further, okay? I'm happy that this map is coming. I'm happy they're bringing back Resurgence, because that was like something that really stuck on Warzone. Also, a side note on the side note, I've been playing, not been playing. I played Warzone 2 last night for the first time again in months, and I actually had like a pretty good bit of fun. It still felt really slow, but maybe I'm just having fun because I needed a break from multiplayer or something. I'm not sure, but regardless, I'm pretty excited for what's going on here. But I just want you guys to think about something. They took out Rebirth right when Warzone 2 dropped. Not when MW2 dropped, when Warzone 2 dropped. I want you guys to think about how non-confident a company has to be to remove something from the older game because they're worried that people are going to stick on that as opposed to going over to the new game. It would be like when Black Ops 1 came out after MW2, like the original. Imagine they took out High Rise Terminal, Invasion, and I don't know, Crash. Took out all 4 of those maps on multiplayer. They're never coming back. They're never ever coming back. And then they take them out when Black Ops 1 releases. You're not gonna sit there and tell me that that is just pure fear that people are not going to play the new one because you don't know what quality of game you're putting out anymore. I just wanted to throw that out there. But getting into the actual map here, up here, I don't know how to pronounce that. Aganiku Farms. I swear to God, I'm in school. I'm not that dumb, but I just can't pronounce this. Aganiku, I guess. But I'm assuming this will be something kind of like in Fortune's Keep. I forget. I think it was just called Farm. No, because I was in Verdansk. I forget what it was. It was like, I'm pretty sure it was technically north of Lighthouse, but I'm guessing this will be an area kind of like that with like tents, maybe. I don't know what those blue things are. I don't know if those are like tanks, like pipe. You guys know what I'm talking about. No, you don't. But I don't know if those are buildings or tents or what. Right next to it, it looks like 2 buildings, I think. So you'll be able... Oh no, please tell me those are not tall buildings. The reason I have a problem if those are tall buildings is because what you're gonna have is you're gonna have people dropping in immediately, landing on top of one of these 2 buildings, taking over this area right here and just holding people out from here. Because from the looks of it, unless out here dips down and it's like this hill kind of acts as a wall for you to not be seen, kind of looks like it is, then you're not going to be getting away from that. I don't know if they are though. That's kind of what it looks like, but I might be completely wrong. Maybe those are like pools. I mean, this looks like some kind of tennis court thing right here, so I'm guessing those are like hotel type buildings. I'm eating in the middle of this, by the way. So moving on, we have residential over here. This is already reminds me of that like cul-de-sac area from Verdansk. It was like kind of like this, but it was just circular. But I'm guessing these are just like small little houses or whatever. That's a pretty basic area. That's normal. I don't think I'll have any problems with this. I mean, unless these are 2 stories and there's a bunch of doors in there and you can hide on top of a staircase and there's only one way in and all that other stuff, then yeah, we might have a couple of issues, but I think they've learned from their past mistakes, right? Like, that was one of the things about Verdansk is, like, it did kind of look cool. Like, it was appealing, and I actually, like, initially when it came out, something like downtown to me in Call of Duty was, like, so sick. It's, like, all these, like, massive skyscrapers, and it's, like, the fact that that's, like, a map that you're, like, playing on in Call of Duty was so cool to me, but it very quickly turned south because putting skyscrapers into Call of Duty, it doesn't work, unfortunately, because visually it looks awesome, but it just doesn't work because people just sitting there and it ruins the whole game. Oh, you're supposed to sit and cover. You're just playing tactically. Shut up. Down here it looks like town center. I don't really know what that is. That kind of, I guess it's like kind of store or something. And then over here you have a, here I'm guessing these are like the lines of how far you can go out. Maybe. I don't know if you can swim. Yeah, you should be able to swim because you'd be able to do something like swimming from here to here. I know in Rebirth you couldn't even touch the water, but I forgot Warzone 2 you can do that and it lets you swim and stuff. So that again seems like another kind of basic area. So moving on down here, this, I don't know if those are buildings or what. Down here you have Beach Club. This could potentially be a problem, but I don't think so. Got a pool right here. And then right under where it says club, I'm just guessing that's a hotel. Over here, I don't know if this is like some kind of canopy or something. I don't exactly know. I mean, so far, like really getting like deep into it, it doesn't look like a bad map at all. I just hope they have enough players on it to where it feels like Resurgence, because that was kind of the only problem that I had with Fortune's Keep is sometimes it felt like there was so much action going on, and then other times it felt like there was nothing going on because everybody landed in like one spot, one POI, and you couldn't really change that because the way that you could get around the map was so like weird. It like there was, you know, you guys remember like having to use the cables all the time, and if you're like down at the bottom of somewhere, somebody can just hold you out from up top a hill. It wasn't a, I don't know how to explain it. It wasn't a bad map. It was just kind of weird. I liked it actually. I probably liked the map itself more than Rebirth, but Rebirth was just, it played so well for the most part. So fast paced, like there was always action going on. It was just awesome. But to be fair, Rebirth was not an original map. That was a remake of Alcatraz. So again, to my point that I made from like 2 videos ago or something like that, it's they just remake stuff and it normally does very well. Got port down here. This again, this looks very basic. I don't really have much to say about this. This looks like what, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 buildings just with random stuff. It's probably not many ways to hide in there, right? Because there's probably a bunch of different entrances and exits. I mean, obviously, if there's an entrance, there's an exit. Over here might be another building. I can't really tell. That's not a... yeah, whatever. I'm gonna move back to Shipwreck in a second, but this is where I start to have a problem. I inevitably have a problem with the fact that this says castle, and it's in the middle of the map, and I don't know if it's on top of a hill. What is this purple stuff around it? I don't know. Is this like superpowers or something? We don't know, because this is the same problem that was in Rebirth. The problem wasn't really in Fortune's Keep that much, except at Keep. But that wasn't in the middle of the map. That was kind of more on just like one side of the map. Like 40% of it was just Keep and you just don't fuck around there. This is potentially a problem depending on how big it is, because you can just sit here and you just beam people over here at farms, at residential, at Shipwreck. You could probably beam them down at port. You can beam everyone from this spot if it's on top of a hill. I don't know if it's on top of a hill. It actually may be down at the bottom of a hill, which would make a lot of sense, and it would probably play much better. Otherwise, you run into the same problem that you had on Rebirth, where people would sit on top of prison, and I complained about it so much. I don't even know how much of it is actually in my videos, but I complained a lot about prison. They added like the scaffolding and all that to get up from like multiple ways, which helped, but they could have just leveled part of the building and it would have been much better, because if you got on top of there, you could if you wanted to play a very boring game, to be honest, which I did sometimes just out of pure anger, you could sit up there for basically the whole game, even when the circle starts pulling away, because prison is so massive that no matter where the circle pulls, it's probably gonna pull to some part of the roof where you could sit. Like, some part of the roof is going to be in circle normally, for the most part. And even when it's not, you can still hold people out that are running into circle, sorry. There was just so many problems with it. I do not like the look of this. I don't like the fact that it's called Castle. That may mean it's like this massive building. I don't know. I'm hoping it's not. Fortune's Keep only had one big building. I'm talking like massive. And this might be it. A lot of problems could come from this, but we'll just have to wait and see. I mean, this isn't gonna drop till February 15th, so. But moving on to Shipwreck, this reminds me exactly of Beach on Fortune's Keep. I think it was called. Again, I'm not able to remember names of like certain locations, but this is exactly what this reminds me of. It's very straightforward, just a beach and looks like open containers, which are normally there. I don't know if you can drive these boats. They look pretty big. And then that's pretty much it for the major spots. In between residential and castle, there's, you know, couple buildings right here, but yeah, I think I covered all of it. Again, I am pretty excited for this. I'm also excited to start playing MW2 again. It's just I can't, I don't know, maybe I burnt myself out on it or something. It's just and here's the thing, I don't even mind playing it right now. I was actually having a lot of fun just playing Shipment, using a SAB, running around, going for clips. I was having so much fun after the first couple games. And then I went to play Warzone. Again, I was having fun playing that. It's just going for these challenges for Orion is... I should have it done. That's my thing. Like, I should totally have this done by now. Like, I don't want it to get to a point where I'm just like milking it as far as I possibly can for months. Like, I genuinely just don't want to do the challenges right now, though. You don't understand that my motivation was up here and now it's down here for that. So that's why I've been trying to like mix my videos up and make like vlogs, because God forbid I get tied down to playing just Call of Duty and uploading that. I could not. I'm gonna tell you right now that my channel, I will make sure is not strictly Call of Duty. I mean, it's going to be the root of my channel because I've always uploaded Call of Duty, but I'm also really, I mean, I've only uploaded 2 vlogs and I had a lot of fun making those, and I didn't even do anything in them, really. I don't even have a camera. I didn't go out and do something special. Like, it's just, I don't know. It was fun. Maybe it's because it's brand new, which is very possible. Not the first time I've made a vlog though, but we don't talk about that. But yeah, I'm rambling on at this point. I'll talk more about that in my next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Remember, drop a like if you guys made it all the way to the end. Subscribe if you're new here, and yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. I'm praying for MW2's lifespan right now.